Hey guys, it's Richard. This is the video on the post FOMC. Uh, it's just about 1 minute, or it's less than 1 minute before they start reading the minutes. They've already had the 2 p.m. announcement, but now it's about to start I forget what they call it, but the press conference. All right. So let me pull back on this so you can see I haven't changed hardly anything on the chart from the pre FOMC analysis. All right, so this is the 729. Put this on a 5 minute so you can see. And I have drawn out some more things like liquidity, put up a fair value gap up here, and put all this. So what I'm thinking is going to happen now, this is where I originally thought it was going to come to, which is this area right here. However, it definitely blew through there, so I want to remove that now, okay? And this new week opening gap happened on Sunday, December the 15th. And so just now starting the press conference. Let me move this out of the way. And let's see what happens. This fair value gap, I'll put it on a 1 minute. And the reason why I'm showing this is my trade. It's like once it breaks structure, which I consider that to be a break of structure because these closed candles broke below this wick. And then that would be a break of structure. Then I wanted to get in on the fair value gap on this one right here. However, I didn't actually put an order in. The reason for it is that we were right before the announcement, and I also saw this new week opening gap here. So let's see what happens. If this doesn't hold, I fully predict it to come all the way back down in here. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight the OB and the rejection block area. I like this color here. And let's see what happens. All right, I'm going to look at this. Okay, that was on the 729. Let's look at it on the 243. Same thing, we'd come all the way back down in here. So let's just wait and see what happens. I'm thinking the only other line I drew was this top of LV, which is liquidity void on the 729. So as you can see, we're in the liquidity void area right now on the 729. And liquidity void is the end of both algorithms, no matter which one you're looking at. So that's why I'm usually pretty careful around the liquidity void areas to make sure that I understand what I'm looking at. All right. So we're going to let price play itself out, but I wouldn't get interested again until we broke. Let me get rid of this. This was just a hippo. Until we break this structure here. Okay. That's when I would get interested in trying to go long. All right. But nothing's telling me that yet, and price could come all the way down into here, the low part of this partition. And just so you know, that's the low part of the 729, and it's also the low part of the 243. Let me go back to it, and you'll see it. Well, the partition's moved up, but when price comes back down, this partition will move down into here. All right. So I'm going to put this on pause, and let's see how things play out. But again, my overall is thinking that price is going to eventually get up here to the OB. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw this out right here. Now that's a long ways from now. That's 400 points. So I don't think that's going to happen today with just an hour and a half left of trading. So, but let's see how it plays. All right, I'm going to put you on pause and come back in a little bit. Okay, so I'm back. I'm going to get rid of this new week opening gap information, and I'm about to go short, and I'll tell you why. Let me go ahead and tap this, or just one contract, because this is pretty risky. Wait just a second. See what this candle does when it closes. The reason why is that I do believe we're going to go on down and test this side of the partition, and this is on the 243, but the bottom, the 729 is also down here. And I can see that we have started in the rejection block area, went to the breaker block, came back to the fair value gap area, didn't close outside of it, we just wicked above it. So I'm thinking we're going to go ahead and take this out down to here. So let's we're testing this order block right here. I'm gonna go ahead and just short market, and I'm not gonna got rid of that new week opening gap. And so if this is going rejection lock, breaker lock, fair value gap, it will go to the opposite OB. So I'm going to set my target right there. Well, that's a lot for one contract. Got these charts pretty scrunched up, I guess. So I'm going to see what happens here, but I'm going to put my stop loss just above this candle and above this LV. All right. So risking 600 to make 3,000. That's a pretty good risk reward. All right, so if price is going to move, we should start seeing it move pretty quickly. And I'm going to go ahead and go on pause so you don't have to watch through all this, but it looks like it's trying to go. Let me put it on pause and then I'll come back, whether I get stopped out or not. Okay, so price is starting to expand to the downside. And, you know, if I was trading more than one contract, I definitely would take off one at equilibrium right here. Just so you know, that's the way I would do it. But since we're only trading one contract, because I felt that was pretty risky, we're just gonna kind of manage. I'm gonna go ahead and just move my stop to just above, just a little bit of profit. That way we'll end this trade whether it's I'm either right and probably get full target, or I'm totally wrong and we get stopped out with a small winner. Okay. Now this is a breaker block right here. All right. And so is this one, but we wanted to, I think, take the outside one, and that's also in a fair value gap. So I wouldn't be surprised if price came back up in here, retraced up in here, but we'll wait and see. I'm going to clean some of this up too. All right, so I'm going to get rid of this rectangle. I'm going to get rid of this rectangle, and everything else will leave. Now this liquidity, I'm just going to leave it on there. We've obviously violated it, but when we're coming back up, if we do come back up, that's going to be a resistance area. So, all right, I'm going to go on pause again. We'll see how this plays out. Okay, guys, we're back. And price is still expanding to the downside. I want to be careful right in here due to the fact this entire block here that I've drawn is the order block of the larger time frame, the larger power of 3, which is 729. Guys, I apologize. I always say time frame, and I'm not. It's not a time frame. It's a power of 3. All right, so let me get this down to controllable view. And so we have the OB right in here. Then we have the rejection block here. Now, in my early analysis, I had kept saying that we were going to go up to this OB. We may, but at this point we may not, because what I'm seeing here is that price stopped at this liquidity void area, and when it did that, and now that it's come all the way back down here, we are in the process of starting some sort of newer algorithm, or my initial analysis was wrong, even though on the larger power of 3 729, but it's okay because we can still trade it on the smaller power of 3, which is the 243. Now I'm a little concerned right this second, so I think what I'll do is I'm going to need to move my stop loss. I'm trying to think of where I should move it to. Let's just put an extension, or a fib on here, and this is just the traditional OTE. So I can move it down, say to here, which would lock in $500. I hate to lose that much, but I want to see if this will play out. Right now, it's looking okay on this candle, just due to the fact that it respected the top of this liquidity void area, and hopefully it'll come on down here to this OB. And the reason why I'm playing it to the OB is I played this as rejection block, breaker, fair value, and then to the opposite OB. Okay, it could just, keep going right on through here. I don't know. Uh, when you get to the extensions or the edges of the partition, that's where it starts to get a little crazy. And I want to pull my stop loss down to this wick right here. And you know what? I think I will. I mean, I'd rather make the 2200 than sitting here waiting, or maybe I just close out the whole thing. Let's just do that. Well, no, it looks like it's going to hit it. I'm going to move it down to there. Come on, take me out. All right, so for the length of this video, let's just go ahead because we did hit the CE of the order block on the larger. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, hit the wrong one. Glad that didn't hurt me. All right, so we're just going to close that out. That was a nice trade. And so now all I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to wait and see how price plays out for the rest of the day. If it gives me an entry going long, I may take it. There's only 1 hour left in the trading day. So we're starting the last hour of the day. And you see it tapped right into that OB perfectly. That doesn't mean that's, I would never put a buy order right there saying it's going to go on up. But what it would look like is if this does hold, we're just going to go to this mitigation block and then back down to the liquidity void area. Okay. And then at that point, the algorithm will need to reset, and it would either reset off of this going higher or come back down here and then on a lower partition, like this partition would move down here, and it would set here and then keep going down. So only price will tell us the answer, and I'm quite happy to say I'm patient enough to just wait. It probably won't trade again the rest of the day. But I will be able to come in the morning and see what did price do around these areas, and then start making some trading decisions off of that. So if you find this to be helpful and you want to learn more about Goldbach, join our Facebook group. You can find the Facebook URL in the description of this channel. And then just so you know, we are starting a Discord community. It will probably be up in the next week or two. And in that Discord channel, which by the way is going to be totally free, we're going to be doing some live trading in there, kind of like what I'm doing right now. And then we're going to be doing, have the opportunity to do one-on-one coaching or mentoring, and that's going to be free as well. Nothing in our community is going to cost anything. All right, it's us trying to just build a community of like-minded traders that want to share ideas about Goldbach. All right, thanks a lot.